The Paterson Navy, an infamous weapon in the Wild West, known for its high damage and high accuracy. Many people want it, to the point where I think it's probably the most demanded item in the entire game. Unlike the Spitfire, whose price went up drastically due to it going off auction house, the Paterson Navy's price has always been ridiculously high, even though it's always stayed in the auction house. Now, there's not one in here, sadly. Oh, well, you just got to trust me. People spend crazy amounts of money on this weapon now. I've heard some people spent just about $1 million just to obtain this one revolver, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it is a good revolver, but knowing that there are freer options and other kinds of navies, is the LeWalch Navy any better? The LeWalch Navy is obtained from level 50 sidearms. The LeWalch Navy does alright damage, has pretty good accuracy, and its reload takes forever, but the main upside is it has 12 rounds, and also a really good fan firing ability. Testing the Paterson, it does 38 to the body, 80 to the head, and you can fan it, and it greatly decreases the accuracy when you fan. As you can see, this is 100% accuracy from this range, but it immediately decreases to, I don't know what that is, but it's very inaccurate when you start the fan. As you can see, I completely missed, and I hit one shot from this range. It's a pretty good gun, especially for medium range. It's a really good medium range revolver. That's what I would say. It used to be really good at long range until they drastically cut off how far away you could how the damage drop off. Let's see how far away am I able to get. Is it really not going to drop off for me? Well, at least that's a good example of its 100% accuracy. And I accidentally made a smiley face. Would you look at that? The Paterson Navy is a more ranged revolver. It's really good for hitting enemies at a further range that are not, particularly pretty close to you. So, the LeWalch Navy, a very, honestly, nice looking pistol. This does 24 to the body and 36 to head. It's not really that good at dealing headshots, really. It doesn't even do ×2. But it has 8 shots, and if you fan it, its accuracy does go down a lot, but it absolutely blasts your opponent. It can do a ridiculous amount of damage really quickly. The LeWalch Navy is really good at close range. If you get nice and personal, you can absolutely blast your opponent away, especially if you click faster than I'm doing. So I just gotta click way quicker, and I should be able to absolutely destroy. It also does take a good bit to reload. As you can see, if I just came up to this NPC and I just started blasting, they are dead. When you fan, it shoots 2 bullets at the same time, because if you can't tell, it has this weird animation where you reload twice, 2 bullets at once. So if you absolutely spam the click button, you can launch a massive amount of pellets. Because the LeWalch Navy does 24 to the body, 4 pellets would immediately do 96 damage overall, I think, if I did my math right. It'd do 96 damage if you just shot 4 shots. So 5 shots to the body would absolutely kill a person, and you have 12, and you can get them off really quickly. Like you see, and if one of those shots happens to be a headshot, well, they're just dead in 4 shots, which is pretty good. The LeWalch Navy is really good at you to get nice and personal if you're not bad at the game like I was just right there. Now, if you're not as bad as me as the game, you would immediately like and subscribe on this video. I mean, after all, you did just see the Paterson Navy and the LeWalch Navy comparison. But don't worry, there's still more, as we still have to go over the actual, just basic Navy revolver, and to see how it compares to these 2 navies that require so much effort to get. These 2 navies are very good and very sought after, but is it better than the standard Navy or the Savage Navy, bought for $4,500 from the gun store? The Savage Navy does 35 to the body, 70 to the head, really good, and its fan, it does not fan. Unlike the other 2 navies, this weapon does not have a fanning ability, which is pretty sucky, I do say. Its accuracy is not the highest, but you can still hit shots at a pretty decent range. You have to be pretty close to hit your shots, though. Testing the normal Navy, or the Savage Navy, on some NPCs, it is pretty good. I mean, you can't fan it. I mean, if you just get 1 body shot and 1 headshot, it absolutely destroys, and that's not usually too difficult to get with a weapon with which seems to be about 90% accuracy. So for 4,500, it's a pretty alright pistol. Although I'd probably say something, save up for like the hammerless revolver instead, or you can maybe even go cheaper with something like the Model 3 and just absolutely spam your opponents at close up. But this is not a bad revolver in any means. So in reality, these two revolvers, although sharing the Navy name, are very different. Same goes with the Savage Navy. I don't know why are all these weapons called navies? They all do different things. Like this one cannot fan. It's just a nice heavy hitting revolver. But I say, why waste your money on any of these? Because if you don't know, at level 10 Justice, you get the Army No. 2 Revolver, and the Army No. 2 Revolver is by far the most goated gun in this game. Like, holy shoot, at level 10 Justice, you get a weapon that does 56 to the head and 28 to the body. That is a 2-shot headshot, by the way. That's really all that matters. You can fan it, and when you fan it, its accuracy doesn't decrease that much. So you can absolutely blast your opponents away with this weapon. This gun is crazy for no reason. This gun is really crazy for no reason. The Army No. 2 Revolver has a crazy high accuracy of what seems to be close to 99%. It can absolutely destroy targets from a decent range. I mean, 56, though, may not seem like a lot of damage to the head compared to the 70s and 80s of before, but you gotta remember, that's still 2-shot. And also, it does 4-shot the body with its 24 damage body shots. Its accuracy is high, and its fanning accuracy is not that much worse. Honestly, a crazy gun. You can absolutely destroy players and NPCs with this thing. I mean, look at this thing. I'm blasting this NPC from over here if I didn't screw that up. Honestly, why even get any other revolver to begin with? This Army No. 2 is probably one of the best revolvers in the game. So, conclusion of the video, don't get any of the navies. Just get the Army No. 2 revolver and live life happy. Okay, but more seriously, the Paterson Navy is a really good weapon for medium to long range, and also if you want to get nice and if you do happen to get nice and personal, the fanning ability is pretty okay as long as you're really close to the opponent. The LeWalch Navy is a really good close range gun. You really only want to use this gun to fan, as the non-fanning ability is not the best, and other revolvers in general just outpace it. But if you can get nice and close to your enemy, the LeWalch Navy is by far the best, probably one of the best weapons you can have in your hand. In general, I would say the Army No. 2 Revolver is just one of the best guns in the game, honestly. Especially if you're a new player, this weapon is totally worth getting. It's only level 10 Justice, so it's not even hard to get. So if you're a new player, you don't even need to grind or spend a crazy amount of money. You could just get this gun and chill for a long time. And the Savage Navy, it's a good heavy hitting revolver. I personally wouldn't recommend it compared to the No. 2 Revolver, but if you already have it, I mean, it's still good. Well, that about wraps up this video. Sorry for the late upload. I mean, usually I would have uploaded sooner, but I had mostly been taking a break from the Wild West. As you can see, my levels haven't really changed too much. I haven't really been playing the game as much. I've just been kind of just dealing with life in general. I plan to get back into the game, don't worry. I have videos planned. There is a decent chance I won't be able to upload next week. Don't know, but I'll still try to upload. I guess my plan for next video is to get level 70 hunting so I can finally do the Hawk and Musket versus Giselle Musket. Well, until then, see you later. Like and subscribe, because this is the end.